Hey guys, Jason here for Chart Guys. Chart Guys is a community of technical analysts. We love reading charts. We trade by reacting to price action that we see in the charts, and we use this sort of preparation and pre-analysis to set up our trades. So what we're going to do is go through an example of that. We're going to walk through the silver chart on the weekly time frame to start, drill down all the way to hourly, and get a bearing and some ideas of what's going to theoretically happen using technical analysis. So on the weekly time frame, we have 3 indecision weeks in a row. So the market is very indecisive about what it wants to do right now. We are in a little bit of a weekly uptrend. We've set that high in 1965. We are trying to set in and lock in this higher low on the weekly. And in order to do that, we need to pull conclusively to the upside and get away from this doji land that we have found ourselves in so far, because we could very easily stay inside this channel we've got on the daily time frame and set a new low, which would then become a weekly downtrend with our a new lower lower low, lower high, and then a new lower low. You follow me with that? It would basically be this guy. Here's a high, we bounce, and now we're doing that on the weekly instead of just being on the daily time frame. So it's all about what's going to happen after these 3 dojis and this current doji candlestick we're seeing, which is today's trading action. So indecision abound, trying to lock in that weekly higher low right here. On the daily time frame, we had that nice channel and we saw some resistance. We tried to break above it. We saw ourselves back below, and now I can think pretty conclusively that we are above this trend line, and now we have to deal with the confluence of EMA 12 and EMA 26. Both of those have acted as major areas of resistance for us for the past several weeks, and we need to get over those and hold over those for more long-term action, and that is what is holding us back right now. On the daily time frame, we've got resistance at 1995, and we also have resistance from today's peak at 1787. Below that, we have support at 1716, and then way down here at 1689. So if we see this reversal on this big upper wick, and it's showing a lot of sales pressure and a lot of downside momentum, if we come down and start to knock out some of our 4-hour supports, and we'll get to in a few moments, we have to look for some assistance at 1716. If that fails to act as support for us, then we will resume that daily downtrend and look for support further beyond 1689. So let's check out the 4-hour time frame and get an idea of what's happening there. Where's our strength and why aren't we seeing continuation? Obviously, we had a big attempt today, but we're seeing a lot of pressure. 4-hour time frame might give us a little bit of help here. We can see that we are in a short-term 4-hour uptrend. Our last low is at 1740, and we're now trying to establish a new higher low over that level. We may see some support at the hourly higher low at 1751. But right now there is a lot of downside momentum. I suspect on the hourly time frame we're going to see a little bit of a bear flag here. If we lose that, we will knock out 1751, the next support 1740, and then we start getting back into the daily support territory with a loss of 1716 next on deck. If bulls can pull things together and reverse what trend they are in now, locking in a higher low over 1751, 4-hour bulls will look for a high over 1795, but more importantly, I guess 1787. For more long-term upside continuation. To continue the trend, they just need 1787, but I want to see us over that 1795 for a more conclusive move. Hourly time frame, not quite a bear flag, but we are seeing some important trading action being held down by our EMA levels. And if bulls can't get things together soon, because there is a slight bear bias here, we're going to test at 1751. If we lose that, then we have a couple of supports, 1740, 1731, 1720. I believe that is all she wrote today. A lot of indecision, a lot of profit taking, and it all really comes down to, for me, can the 4-hour bulls keep this up? If we see that higher low set over 1751, I will be more interested, and I want to see a couple of green candlesticks locked in here, but this is a make or break moment. Can bulls hold 1751 and get to new highs, or are they going to lose that support? And we're going to look for the first inklings of a 4-hour trend change to the downside and the possible resumption of a daily downtrend. Let's find out tomorrow. Have a good night, guys. Thank you for following along.